Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to be doing this look right here, which is just a really pretty bronzy summer appropriate look. And Marco here has helped make this look, so you better like it. And you better comment down below. And you better subscribe. Remember that? I hope that you guys enjoy this, and if you want to see how I got this really pretty sparkly look, then join me. Alright guys, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Professional primer by Benefit, and I'm just going to take this, I'm going to apply it to the insides of my cheeks, at just my nose. Because what I have found is that with this foundation, we're going to be using the Bobbi Brown foundation. It really enhances any texture in the skin. So I am just going to take this and really work it in so that you can't see my pores. I have pores. The next thing I'm going to do is, while that kind of sets, I'm going to use my MAC paint pot and lay in low. And I'm going to use it with my finger, and I'm just going to apply this all over my lid. This is going to be our primer. So I apologize that I've kind of snoozed on videos. I actually have 2 videos, and this will be the 3rd one that I need to edit. So you guys should be seeing some content very soon. But honestly, like, it's just gotten a bit crazy around here, and I've been working a lot, and I'm almost tired. I need a break. I'm actually getting ready for work now. So I'm gonna take this Vizart One Neutral Matte palette. This is what it looks like, and I'm gonna take a MAC 224, and I'm going to take this shade and this shade and apply it to the crease. So I'm just kind of mixing it, and this is going to set that paint pot. Now I'm going to take a mix of these 3 shades, and I'm going to apply that into the crease. And these shades, I'm sure you guys have in a billion different palettes. But if you don't, and you're actually wanting to build your collection and really kind of jump into makeup, this is a really beautiful palette. And they make awesome shadows because they're so easy to blend, and they're very pigmented. A little bit goes a long way. So I'm just rocking this back and forth into the crease because we're going to use the Bobbi Brown glitter stick thing on the lid. On the lid, I'm going to be using the Longwear Sparkle Stick in Molten Bronze. I just got up, guys. It's going to be a long day. And I'm going to use this. I'm just going to place that all over my lid. I'm going to take a Zoeva, I'm sorry, why am I thinking Zoeva? I don't have any Zoeva. I'm going to take my Smith 235 brush, and I'm just going to use this to blend the edges out. I'm going to layer this stick on just to really get a pretty bronzy finish. I'm going to take Tarte Shape Tape in Tan, and I'm just going to run this on my bags. I don't have bags, my dark circles. And I'm going to get really close to the lash line because I want to make sure that any darkness that exists is gone. You know, have you guys ever had a day where you just kind of feel off? Well, I'm having one of those days. and I have to go to work. All right, so we've got our crazy concealer on, and I'm also gonna bring this down into the nose. I'm gonna mix my Bobbi Brown Skin Longwear Foundation in 4.5 Warm Natural with my Marc Jacobs Fantasy Dewdrops, which look like this. And I'm just taking one small pump of these because I don't want to alter the color of the foundation. I'm gonna apply it with my whatchamacallit, my beauty blender, and I'm just mixing it. I'm gonna go ahead and start applying what's on this brush. And Smith Cosmetics antibacterial coating, which makes it really cool and okay to apply product directly from the brush onto your face. So I'm gonna take my beauty blender. I've never applied this with the beauty blender actually. The few times that I have worn it, I've applied it with a brush. And another thing, if you guys are not a fan of scents, you may not like this. This is actually pretty interesting. I personally like the scent on this. It smells like pine. Just really fresh. But I noticed it the first time that I played with it. I was like, whoa, what is that scent? And I couldn't figure out what it was. And then it hit me. It smells like a Christmas tree. But again, it doesn't bother me. It actually, I think that the scent was possibly selected because they wanted it to be like relaxing, I guess. I don't know. Because it's very soothing. It's a very comfortable smell. And you don't smell it after it sets, but you do definitely smell it. Like it's pretty strong. I'm gonna take my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder and my beauty blender, and I'm going to apply this right under my eyes and just where I need to set my makeup. So for me, my T-zone would be my trouble area. Alright guys, so I'm back, and as you guys can see, I added some powder to just kind of chisel out my chubby face. And I have mascara and eyebrows on. So I'm going to take Coast to Reach Liner by MAC, and I'm just going to use this on my lower lash line. Coast to Reach is my go-to whenever I want to wear a liner. I'm going to smudge that out. I'm going to go back into my eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to take a mix of these three colors, and I'm going to use that to smoke out my lower lash line. I'm just kind of using this to stamp the color so that it extends out like almost like a wing liner, and I'm just going to smudge this and then bring that up into the rest of the eye look. I'm actually going to take my 235, which is the brush I use to blend out the Bobbi Brown stick, and I'm just going to diffuse this as best as I can. Now, something to consider, for me, this eye is more challenging because it turns down just a little bit more. This one is definitely more lifted, so it's easier to pull like a wing or to make it look more winged out. This one is a little bit of a struggle because it wants to just kind of womp womp. So your eyes are not twins, they're not perfect. And if they are, then lucky you. All right. I'm going to take the Tantalizer bronzer, and I'm going to use my MAC 135 brush, which you guys know I love. And I'm going to use that to just kind of contour a little bit, but also add warmth. I don't know why this side left a little bit of a streak, but I'm just buffing out the product, it looks like I have a double line. I don't know why that happened, but we're gonna try and make this work. So I'm just going to take this powder that I have and I'm gonna dust it off. I'm gonna take more of that Laura Mercier powder and use that to see if I can fix this cheek. I know, guys, it seems like a lot of powder. But again, I am working. I have quite a bit of a long day today and I don't touch up. Truthfully, I'm not that girl. So, all right. The next thing we are going to do is apply some mascara to the lower lash line. And you guys know what I'm gonna use. It's no secret. Extended Play Giga Black Lash. And I'm gonna use this. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a highlighter, but I'm gonna use this as a highlight blush. And I'm talking about the NARS Maldives highlighter. It looks like a really pretty blush. And I forgot to show this. I filmed a haul and I forgot to show this. So yeah, we're gonna use that with a MAC 137. And I'm literally placing this on my cheek, but also making sure to blend it into that bronzer so it looks very seamless and smooth. I feel like my lights are pretty bright today. And I never change the settings on them, but I think it's because I have the windows open. All right, we're gonna brush off this powder and hopefully this one looks normal. Yep. My contour looks really harsh today. I don't like that. I'm gonna go in again with some of that bronzer and I'm gonna use my Chikuhodo brush and I'm gonna just run that through the cheek. All right, this will have to do today, guys. I'm not having a good bronzer day. I'm gonna take a little bit of this bronzer and I'm gonna use this to just contour my double chin. People always talk about like how strong the coconut scent is on this, but I don't really pick it up. Right now I'm getting some of it, but I think it's maybe my brush cleaner. I never bake my cheeks, and because I did it today, I think that's what's bothering me. It's just how obvious it looks and it's driving me nuts. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Hourglass powder and I'm going to use this to buff out my makeup. I've seen Puffin's wife do this where she buffs a powder all over her face when she's done, and that's exactly what I'm doing. If you are dry, I would not recommend doing all of this powdering. I am combination normal skin, so I feel like I can get away with doing some of the things that are good for oily skin and dry. All right, so I feel like I need a little bit of a highlight under my brow bone. I'm gonna go back into my palette and I'm gonna use a mix of the lightest two shades in this palette, which are Boom Boom. And I'm just dipping into both. Yeah. When I worked at MAC, it took me forever to start highlighting my brow bone. Like, I'm like, I don't need it. And I felt like it looked fine without it. But then I did it one day because I'm like, let me just add a color there. Holy smokes, it does tie your look together, and it makes such a big difference. Like, your look just looks complete. All right, so now the final step is, before we go into lips, I'm gonna actually use my Scandinavia makeup finishing spray. And we're gonna let that dry. I'm gonna go do my hair and we'll come back and finish up with lips. All right, guys, so what I used on my lips was this Anastasia Vintage Lip Gloss. And over it, I put this Makeup Forever number 100 lip gloss. It's just a very metallic rose gold. And I added that in the center, which is what gave me this really pretty glossy lip. I didn't want anything that was going to be too matte or opaque. I needed something that had a little bit of a shimmer to it. And I like the way this looks. Now, I am going to add a little bit of glow to this face. I'm going to add some MAC Fix Plus Gold Light. And as you guys can see, like, look at how dewy and glowy my skin looks. It's really pretty, but again, I'll most likely end up powdering the nose, the mouth area. The forehead is fine, but I feel like my T-zone, if it's all drenched in this, which you can't really control that unless I guess you cover, nah, then you're gonna get weird splotches. I just feel like this here just looks greasy instead of like dewy and glowy. So I'm gonna let this dry. And I don't know what's going on with my pump, but it's not letting the stuff out or spraying out evenly.